Hello and welcome. You listen to African States, the program that brings you the knowledge about African continent. My name is Kndaba. I'm your host of today's program. In this edition, we are going to talk about the cyclone Idai that affect 2 million people in 3 different countries. We are talking about Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. And the Mozambique is one of the countries that affected most, where in the city of Beira, where thousands of people are displaced right now. A total of 650 people were pronounced dead during this cyclone Idai. As I said, that Beira is one of the places where heavily affected in Mozambique. After the cyclone Idai, now comes the second disaster with the discovering of 5 cases of cholera. Now creates one of the biggest problems. As you know, after this cyclone, the water is polluted. There is no medicines. Then creates one of the biggest problems. So we need to, the government is looking forward to have some funds or then to have some donors in order to get a clean water, which is needed. What needs the medicine and many other things that is in order to recover the lives of people right now. They misplaced. Some of them they are on different camps that being created by different international organizations that went there to help, or some country like Angola, Portugal, and South Africa. We're currently right there helping to see if the country can move forward after this cyclone. Some Mozambican community in diaspora are not sitting back and relaxed to see the situation unfolding. What they're doing, they're trying to put together in order to raise some fund. In Copenhagen, for example, Denmark, a group of Mozambican and some friends came together to host a party where they can raise some fund in order to buy some medicine and send it direct to Mozambique. So we went into the event and we asked the organizer. This is what they have to say.
So my name is Roy. I'm from Mozambique and I live here in Denmark. Been living here for about 20 years now. I and my friend we came with this idea where we basically thought that we should do something. Couldn't just sit here in Denmark and watch things happening in Africa, in Mozambique, as I said. And we decided to do this event, support party, where people can come and listen to some good music, enjoy some good performances, and at the same time support what happened in Mozambique, basically the victims of the cyclone.
Okay. What about the African community here in Copenhagen? Are they supporting to come into the party? Do you have
that's a good question. Actually, we're a bit excited because we have got some good vibes. We think people are responding real well on social medias like Facebook, WhatsApp. So we expect them to come today. Myself, I've been getting calls from people from Mozambique, but not only. So we are excited that to see if they gonna show up really. But we're expecting to see them today. Yes, definitely.
I am from Denmark, but I am also from Mozambique. I came there when I was 5 years old in '82 and lived there for the many years during the wars. I went back in '92, but my mother and sister stayed in Mozambique, so I have had a continuous connection, very strong connection with Mozambique. So after this cyclone and terrible flooding happened, I was very affected. Now I'm almost crying. And it was very hard to be so far away. So I couldn't bear not being able to do anything, and because of that, I wrote my friends Rui and Julia Jupiter, and asked if let's do something, let's just do something. And I was thinking, let's make a small event at the cafe next door, because Jupiter, she's a performer and she's a very talented woman, so that was my idea, But then I also passed by a place called Africa Contact, and asked if they wanted to join, and they were immediately like this, let's do something. And from that meeting we all met with Rui and Julia also, and decided, okay, let's go big. So it became something much bigger than originally anticipated.
Okay.
And here we are within just 1.5 weeks.
All right.
We created
Okay.
this event.
And what will happen tonight?
So what will happen tonight is that we've had a lot of very talented musicians will come and share their beautiful, soulful music with us. And also we will have live streaming, hopefully, if the internet works, from Mozambique with one of the partners that will receive the money that we are trying to gather to help the victims. I forgot to say that. That's the whole point of the party, is to gather financial support to help the victims of the cyclone Idai.
I am from Mozambique. I'm a visual artist and performing artist within the fields of pretty much versatile music, spoken word, theater. Yeah, so tonight is going to be one of those nights where I have the opportunity to share my creativity and talent, specifically in this day that is very, very important, in the support party for the victims of Cyclone Idai and Mozambique. I particularly am very sensitive to this incident. It happened in the city I grew up, Beira. 90% of the city is destroyed. I started my career in Mozambique in a culture house that I think I can't find it today. So I'm looking forward to share that moment and show solidarity. That's the only thing pretty much I can do, and see how we can come together. And yeah.
So what do you expect from happening here today?
I expect the people to kind of for a moment partake with the victims, partake to the incident that Mozambique has been hit, and also take responsibility, because this was an international catastrophe, not only a Mozambican, but an international catastrophe. As we see around the world, it always affects us when we see things happening, and especially for those who don't have enough resources to help themselves. So I hope that tonight is going to be a night where everybody's going to stand up, sing along, eat some food, support with funding, and send some very positive vibes of love. Yeah.
And how is your family in Mozambique? Do you still
Wow. Yes, I have my father, which lives in Beira, and was affected by the cyclone, disappeared for almost a week, but now we found him and is now relocated with my sister in this northwest of Mozambique, which is also a place that's been somehow, what I hear from family, that's been affected. It's not only in the city of Beira, but Manica, Chimoio, Zambezia, that it just left a lot of marks, and Zimbabwe as well. Yeah, so his house was completely destroyed, a lot of water, and he's homeless today. So I'm very happy to find him alive. So even when people say like, oh, so good, your father was found, but still a lot of people and children's orphans that lost their parents, lost schools. Yeah, it's a complicated situation.
Besides Jupiter Child, there were other musicians at this party. Musicians such as Javan from New York, USA, Nadia Mimi from Denmark, Soren Karhoy, also from Denmark, and many other musicians. So what I'm going to do now, I will play you the entire event to see exactly how it happened or how it went. And at the end of the program, I'll give you exactly how much it was raised.
My name is Sophia and I'm from Africa Contact. Thank you so much for coming. It's really important for us, and I think that's why we managed to do this incredible event in such a short time. We're all very, very terrified about what is happening in Mozambique right now. As many of you know, the cyclone Idai hit around the 14th of March, and around 700,000 hectares of crops have been lost. People's houses and the infrastructure has all been destroyed, and around 700 people have been killed, up to 1,000 they actually assume, and 1.8 million people's lives have been affected. And I think just imagine like how many people that is when you're from a country that is so small, Denmark. I think it's incredible. And even worse than all this is the fact that Mozambique is highly in debt. A debt that is around 12 billion Danish kroner. A debt that was created behind the backs of the local Mozambicans. A debt that was created by corrupt politicians and Russian and Swiss bankers. A debt that has left no money to save the people from this cyclone. A debt that has created a massive area full of people floating around in the streets. But also a debt that has now been put on the shoulders of the local Mozambicans to pay back, because the corrupt politicians are not going to do it. And again, it's even worse than that, because Mozambique is one of the countries most hit by climate change of all countries in the world. So like plus, it's just getting worse. It's floodings, it's cyclones, it's droughts. And I have a quote from our partner, Justicia Ambiental, Friends of the Earth Mozambique. Her name is Dipti, and she says, Mozambique did not create this climate crisis. Our people have contributed almost nothing to the climate crisis. But this is the irony of the climate crisis. It affects those that did not do anything to create it. The poorest and most vulnerable people of the planet are going to be affected the most. We need to deal with it. We need to stop dirty, harmful energies everywhere. And I think this is very eminent in Mozambique as well, as we, a group from African Contact that also works against this big company called Anadaco that works in the northern region of Mozambique, which is trying to exploit a lot of the gas, which is seen as this new development initiative to create development in the country. But of course, as we have seen so many times, the government has promised this, but nothing has happened. And again, they see that extracting this gas will of course help them pay back the debt. So again, the whole initiative of having gas to be able to develop the country is also being stripped away from the local Mozambicans, because now the gas has to be paid to these bankers and that have granted the loans. And all in all, this is so wrong. But I think the good thing is that in Mozambique, there are a lot of very great people. And there's this very cool integrity center, which made this beautiful t-shirt, which is why I'm wearing it, stating how we are not paying back the hidden debts, because it's not for the local Mozambicans to pay this back. And they've also been getting in trouble, but they keep fighting. And then there's Justicia Ambiental, which is our partner, Friends of the Earth Mozambique, which is on a daily basis trying to stop all these very harmful energy companies in doing their dirty job. And we have Foro Mulher, which is doing a great job in supporting local women and strengthening their positions in society, which I also think is a very important job in this time. And we have Alternativa, which is a platform, a democratic media platform, which is trying to create this a more critical and independent provision of news to people in Mozambique. And then of course there's all of you. And I think it's really important in these times to think about that we are so many people doing so many good things, and there are also people on the ground doing this. And it's really, really important work. So thank you so much for coming.
Skype, but the connection was rather bad, so we're gonna screen this video, and then after the video we'll call him and have at least the question session with him live. But enjoy the video with the Boaventura Menjane.
Hello everyone, my name is Boaventura Monjan. I'm from Mozambique, and I'm part of Alternativa. It's a platform of democratic debates for social emancipation in Mozambique. Alternativa, together with UNAC and Foro Mulher, has launched a campaign, a fundraise campaign online to get support and donations from people that would like to do so to help the victims of Idai cyclone that devastated the central part of the country. The city of Beira, but also other parts of Sofala and Manica province. We are partnering with UNAC and Forum Mulher because we believe that these two important and respected organizations in Mozambique will be able to direct this support to the right people. As you might know, there are other channels through which you can support the victims of Idai cyclone in Mozambique, either big NGOs such as the Red Cross, as well as other diplomatic and official channels that exist. But we believe that by supporting these two organizations, these two movements, we will be able to make the support reach more concretely people that have been working with UNAC and Forum Mulher for years, the peasantry and women. We believe that this support will help them in acquiring seeds, acquiring other agricultural tools, as well as health items and other necessities. Also, I would like to say that this cyclone has been generally portrayed as a natural disaster. Few people connect it with climate change, but we know that this cyclone is the result of a system that has prioritized super exploitation of resources, that has prioritized extractivism, the use of fossil fuels, the use of intensive industrial agriculture, and other mechanisms that have been affecting negatively the planet Earth. We would like to connect it with climate change because we believe that this is ultimately man provoked phenomena in a sense, and it's important to expose the system that makes cyclones like Idai exist and devastate territories as it happened in Mozambique. Also, it's important to say that although countries like Mozambique contribute very little or almost nothing to the global warming and to the climate change, they are the most affected by the phenomena and the effects of climate change, which is a great injustice. It's a great climate injustice to Mozambique, to Malawi, to Zimbabwe, and to other countries of the global south that have been negated their own processes of development, but which are victims of these phenomena, like as I mentioned. We also believe that the moment Mozambique is going through can also be instrumentalized to deepen the already difficult economic and political situation and crisis in Mozambique. So we have to be vigilant in order to avoid situations in which all the movements and all the humanitarian support and all the humanitarian movement that is arriving in Mozambique does not force us into difficult situations in the future. What I mean is that we have to be vigilant to what is happening in the country and make sure that we are not going to end up in a situation where Mozambique will be more dependent in the future. Alternativa, but I believe UNAC and Forum Mulher would call for a global climate justice movement to not only denounce the reasons, or not only denounce climate change, climate justice, but also promote alternatives to the current trend. Because we think that human being has to be seen as just one living species in the complex and diverse planet Earth. Human being is not and should not be the owner of nature. Nature does not belong to the human being belongs to the nature. So we have the view that we have to recognize that the planet needs to keep its balance, and if we continue to exploit it, we'll end up creating more devastating situations like the cyclone Idai and more misfortune in this planet. I want to thank you for your solidarity, for your support, for your donation, and for your moral commitment to the people of Mozambique, to the peasants, to the women, to the youth. And I hope I can answer some of your questions if I manage to be connected on Skype. Hello everyone.
Well, as Boa himself also said, we will now try to connect directly through Skype. I hope you enjoyed this brief analysis of both the catastrophe of the cyclone, but also I think Boa tried to link the catastrophe with some of the bigger issues and some of the global issues as the climate crisis, the global warming, and the global inequality, how these consequences hit harder in the global south than for instance here, as once again Denmark is privileged. So I'd like to get a sense whether there's some burning questions in the room, if somebody would want to pose some direct comment or question to Boa. Let's see if we manage.
We're gonna try.
Let's give it a try. Hej Boa.
Måske kan vi få lyset ned på scenen.
Hi, good to see you. we just enjoyed the video from the countryside, and I don't know if you managed to see the room. I am not sure, but we are around almost 100 people. Almost 100 people joined here today to support Mozambique, and already at least one person raised their hand. Let's see if you hear their question.
Yes, Boa, this is Kindama. I would like to know, how is the situation on the ground right now?
Well, the water has kind of disappeared from the fields. People are trying to reconstruct their lives, their homes, trying to find their relatives, their friends. And there is, as I feel, a feeling of moving forward, right? But there is still a feeling of pain, loss, and but you know, Mozambicans have gone through a lot of things in the recent history, and they are able to raise their heads and move forward. I think the most difficult part of the problem is now we have to deal with diseases like cholera and malaria, but there is in the ground a lot of medical support to control breakouts and to also make sure that those who are sick are treated well.
Thank you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or anyone else from the room would pose a question or a comment?
I can still come on him.
Huh?
Can I still ask him a question?
Sure. Come on.
Yes, Boa, I would like to know, I heard that so many people disappear in this cyclone. How it is? They being recovered?
Well, they are part of the region that we still have to wait to find out if bodies can be found. The likelihood is that those who disappeared have gone with the waters, or they are, they've gone with the river or ocean water. But we are waiting for official announcements from the government or from the institutions that are responsible for rescue and for to determine the real impact of the cyclone. So I don't want to speculate, but the likelihood is that those people that are missing today may have gone with the water.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the room?
Hey, Boa. You talked about a global climate movement. What should be the move of such a movement? What should be like the main target?
Well, I think a global. I think there's been a lot of initiatives towards that kind of towards building a climate justice movement. But I think they've been more focusing on the discussions within the UN Climate Summit, and they've been managing to transcend that focus to more broader global solidarity movement to express solidarity for those who are suffering the most from the effects of climate change, which are poor countries and small islands, most of them in the global south. But I think the movement could also create new narratives and new visions and imaginaries of a world in which people and human beings recognize their space and their place in the world, right? So I'm seeing a global movement that is beyond reacting to UN or government events, but that builds real grassroots kind of solidarity, creating alternatives, and also proposing new visions.
Wow, thank you, Boa. Let's just give Boa Monjana a big hand. I thought it was really beautiful to end this call with such a big and beautiful vision of going beyond reacting, but dreaming about a better world, the world we want. So hopefully this night can also have a bit of dreaming. And just to repeat, Boaventura Monjana represent a media platform called Alternativa, who leads the fundraising that we support today. So all donations from tonight's event will go to the fundraising that Alternativa leads, and will contribute to the reconstruction work of Foro Mulher, which is a Mozambican national umbrella women's organization, and UNAG, which is the National Peasants Movement. So the idea is that our donations today should go directly to the construction or the reconstruction work on the ground, especially in Sofala, the most affected area. But we have a tight program, so let's move on. Thank you, Boa.
Well, we're going to share with you 3 numbers as our way to contribute this evening. Yeah, thank you. My name is Jupiter Child, an Igbo. I come from Egypt. I come from Kemet. I come from Nubian. I come from Gikuyu, Bakongo, Ashanti, Makonde. I come from Mozambique. I come from Sofala. I come from Beira. Fairy tales. Once upon a time, you were programmed to comply with the rule of law. Say justice is blind, then why now come most people in decline? 'Cause it's a smoke screen. It's a smoke screen. Hope someone is gonna see me. Yeah, I've been trapped in here for too long. I see beams of light. I hope the sun is gonna bust this light. Hope the sun is gonna bust this light. I've been trapped in the dark for far too long. Ooh. It's a small screen. Trapped in the dark too long. It's a smoke screen. It's all conceptualized. So see beyond what's available. It's a smoke screen. Now it's all normalized.
nationalize, but it don't matter at all. 'Cause if you don't visualize, realize, then your life is compromised. So see. It's a smoke screen. It's a smoke screen. I've been trapped in here for too long.
A singer from New York. Japan, please. Give a hand, please.
Alright guys, so I thought I'd just start out with an a cappella song. I feel like you guys know this, but yeah, we sing this a lot in the US during special occasions. So, yeah.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. 'Twas blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, 'twas grace we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. Thank you.
På min fars arbejdsværelse, hvor han sad og var matematiklærer og skulle rette opgaver, der var der en globus og en arkitektlampe, for jeg måtte ikke forstyrre min far. Så tændte jeg globusen og lod den, eller arkitektlampen og lod den skinne på globusen, og sad sådan og lod jorden dreje rundt. Det var i øvrigt det politiske verdenskort, det fandt jeg først ud af senere, hvorfor halvdelen var lyserødt, og halvdelen af landene i verden tilhørte nogle andre lande, troede de. Så forestil jer jorden som en spildåse, så kommer her en lille sang, der hedder Noget for nogen. Hvem siger hvad om hvem? Hvad siger hvem om hvad? Hvem tager æren næste gang vi splitter alting ad? Noget gør noget ved nogen, og nogen gør noget ved noget. Det kan føre med sig, har vi endnu ikke forstået. Findes der retfærdighed, hvor ingen bliver forsmået? Nogen, hvem gør noget ved nogen, så nogen bliver til noget. Vi tager store skridt tilbage, hvor vi hellere skulle se frem. Nogen ligner nogen, de vil vide hvem. En ting ved jeg sikkert, hvis en dag vi mister troen, det at være jordbo ikke længere. Noget for nogen. Hvem gør noget for nogen? Er det noget for noget? Hvorfor hærge skibet, når vi er i samme båd? Hvad er det vi skal lære, før vi bevarer ro? Hvem mon har format til at vi pladser op for nogen? En ting ved jeg sikkert, at hvis en dag mister troen, er det at være jordbo ikke længere noget for nogen. Hvis en dag vi mister troen, er det at være jordbo ikke længere noget for nogen. Tak skal I have. Senere i livet der tænkte jeg lidt over det der politiske verdenskort. Og så gik det op for mig, at derovre i Jylland, hvor jeg bor, der kan vi godt lide at få ting gratis. Det er bare rigtig, rigtig svært. Men kan man få det hele for det halve, så er det rigtig fedt. Og det har Vesten måske levet højt på i mange, mange år. Det var måske derfor, at verden så sådan ud, som den gjorde. Så jeg har skrevet en lille sang om det princip, og det er en fed begyndermelodi. Fordi den har kun 3 akkorder, fordi hvis det hele for det halve skal gå op, så skal man spare et sted. Det er en meget intensiv tekst, en masse ord. Så jeg har taget nogle CD'er med i dag. Jeg har nemlig ikke så mange penge, jeg kan donere. Jeg vil gerne donere et par viser, og så har jeg spurgt, om jeg måtte sælge nogle CD'er, og halvdelen af pengene går til det gode projekt, vi støtter. Så nu kan man jo se, om man får lyst til det. Her kommer i hvert fald en sang om princippet at få det hele for det halve. Der er lige et lille omkvæd, for vi skal have noget kor på. Det er jer. Så kan I hele guitarspillet. Det er meget nemt det her omkvæd. Jeg synger det lige en gang for jer. Vi vil gerne have det hele for det halve. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Vi vil gerne have det hele for det halve. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Jeg sidder og sysler med den lille tabel. Klokken 4:02. Der er lys i min lampe, sudoku på mit bord. En pose med Haribo. Den er købt på tanken, der var 3 for 2. Et tilbud, der var helt i top. Så jeg slog til med det samme, og nu mangler jeg en 10-18-20'er, som jeg skulle have sparet op. For vi vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Vi skal lige have skruet lidt op for koret, lydmand. For vi vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Vi vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Men i aftes på min fladskærm kunne jeg se rig. Vi kan købe hele verden på klods. Og hvis nogen ikke sælger, kan de få en lille krise. De kan blive til demokrater ligesom os. For det er rød med fløde, så hyggeligt det bliver den dag alle folk går rundt og taler dansk. Så bliver det 13 gange nemmere at forstå, hvad andre siger næste gang vi skal på charter udenlands. For vi vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Vi vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. En tyggegummi ryger renser lungerne ud, mens de fede spænder livremmen ind. Og de kan godt blive rene med krisehjælp fra Gud og dejlig suppe kogt på pølsebind. Dem der stopper festen, de får pisk og gulerod. Vi har dobbelt op og bal på friværdi. Når togerne de letter, er der nok et herrens rod. Bedre arbejde, så du atter kan blive fri. For vi vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Vi vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Men jeg har puslet hele natten, min sudoku gik i fisk. Jeg er træt og mine tanker går i ring. Må hellere gå i seng. I morgen skal jeg være frisk klædt på til lidt af hvert og ingenting. Måske jeg er doven, jeg er stadig ikke dum. Jeg kan synge en vise til den dag jeg bliver stum. Kan vi huske så dårligt, kan vi tage den nok en gang. Det er halvt så dobbelt om igen, den samme gamle sang. Vi vil gerne give det halv for det hele. Ja, vi vil allerhelst være helt fri for det hele. Og hvem betaler mund det hele for det halv? Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Jeg har aldrig været rigtig god til tal. Jeg vil gerne have det hele for det halv. Tak skal I have. Jeg kan berolige jer, hvis man får fald til at købe en CD, så er der teksthæfte med.
Enjoy the music.
Selvom jeg så stille, så ved jeg tiden går. Tik-tak, tik-tak, kan jeg vide om jeg når. Skynder mig ud af døren, ikke at tage med sove. I dag er der ikke tid til at være doven. Bliver en smule deprim, når jeg ved, at de er vinter. Alligevel render jeg altid rundt med røde kinder. Jeg bestemmer os på selv, hvor solen den skinner. Et positivt sind, det er helt klart en vinder af. For jeg skynder mig langsomt, går til den rytme, mens min body laver dropper. Stop up, min taknemmelighed starter jo, når solen den står af. For jeg nyder det, der er. Du starter lidt om barnet, det jeg gør og hvad. Jeg slår down, tager det roligt, at jeg vågnede igen i dag. Det er da fucking helt utroligt. Jorden den drejer. she a good dancer. Yeah. Give a mouth with power. Du må se, jeg kan gøre kildespil. Så jeg kommer lige om lidt. Der er ting, jeg gerne vil nå. Der er ting, du må forstå. Jeg vil flyde, jeg vil blive, jeg vil snu med det sud. Hvad nytter, hvad vej, så vi er lidt og død. Jeg vil danse, jeg vil grine, jeg vil synge, jeg vil smile. Jeg vil gøre mig med, jeg vil gøre det med snit. Jeg vil have det godt, jeg vil have det fedt. Ha, jeg vil gøre det lige nu, og ikke gøre det lige om lidt. Shit, klokken på mange. Ja, tiden gik sin vej. Vælger selv, om jeg bruger den fornuftigt eller ej. Klokken på mange. Ja, tiden gik sin vej. Men klokken er slået, og nu er det tid til mig. Jorden den drejer, kærligheden sejler. Jeg gør noget andet, end jeg plejer. Tag en chance eller to. Nogle mennesker, de vil glo. Men jeg er livet, jeg fejrer. Ja, jorden den drejer, kærligheden sejrer. Jeg gør noget andet, end jeg plejer. Tag en chance eller to. Nogle mennesker, de vil glo. Men jeg livet, jeg fejrer. Jorden den drejer, kærligheden sejrer. Jeg gør noget andet, end jeg plejer. Tag en chance eller to. Nogle mennesker, de vil glo. Men jeg livet, jeg fejrer. Hey, jorden den drejer, kærligheden sejrer. Jeg gør noget andet, end jeg plejer. Tag en chance eller to. Nogle mennesker, de vil glo. Men jeg livet, jeg fejrer. Let's give it up for these two beautiful girls. Yes, Natasha and Bella. Hey, this is actually my first single, Jordan Play. It's about love, it's about the earth, taking care of each other. Hey, hey. Yes. Yeah, you wanna
Just to let you know, all these musicians that were part of this concert, of this party, none of them were paid. They were free of charge. So they play in order to support the cause, the cyclone Idai, that it really affect many Mozambicans. According to the organizer, the party on that night, they managed to raise 27,846.45 Danish kroner. That is the amount that was raised. So we are at the end of our program. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you will be able to tune in next time. We are always here, and we're going to provide you with necessary information regarding the African continent. So we're here to give you and to grow the African continent. So my name is Kindama, and see you next time.